So essentially we're at the top of the table over in League 2 as football returns this midweek to continue where we left off. Who's going to take full advantage as the games return? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks. Back giving a prediction video today. We look forward at match day number 9, technically, but of course, really, it's match number 8, of course, as the teams return for unplanned, unexpected weekend off. Of course, who's going to take full advantage and, of course, catch up with the likes of Leyton Orient at the top of the table? We'll take a look at it, all of it, in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button back to all things League 2 related, Barrow related, World Cup related later this year. That's right, the Orient lead the charge. Stevenage, of course, breathing down next, and Barrow, the dark horses so far, with a fantastic start to the campaign. But who will take advantage this week? We'll take a look at it in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But anyway, let's, of course, have a look at how we all got on. Of course, well, we're not going to take a look at how we all got on because nothing went on. That's right. As you can see here, the games, all of them were postponed. So all my predictions are going to have to be redone, rethought about, and of course chewed over once again whenever those games are going to get rescheduled. I don't know when that is. I am recording this on the 10th of September, of course, for this midweek games coming at you this coming Tuesday and maybe Wednesday, of course. So those are the games that we were supposed to find out, but of course we're going to have to wait and see. Leyton already the charge still, of course, 19 points on the board with Stevenage, then Barrow, Salford, Northampton Town, Doncaster and Mansfield make up the playoff chasing pack. Going down Rochdale and Hartlepool at the moment, but of course, long way to go yet. Of course, we did the predictor of the month, of course, so this is a recap of who won the previous time. Of course, Alex Weller and a host of yours did very well. Shepherd, Chris Welch, Hamza, James BCFC are great, and Shane O'Donnell did very well. What about the overall grand scheme of things? Well, it's actually O&A's to lose at the moment with Alex Weller and Jimmy Watton joint in second spot at the moment. Of course, that's the state of play there. What about, of course, if you want to get involved yourself? Well, if you do want to get involved yourself, just use that link that's on your screen right here, right now. Cut League 2. It is 100% free and it's a piece of piss to take part. So that's, of course, the link. So please get involved whenever you can. So we are looking forward to this midweek games, of course, taking place. I think they're all taking place on Tuesday. So let's take a look at it. A long, hard look at it between Barrow and Doncaster kicking us all off. So let's jump in the deep end on that one, of course. Now, these two sides have never played each other according to my eyes. Of course, Barrow were League 2 last year. League 1 was for Doncaster Rovers. But they're coming to us over at Barrow, who are coming to us on 67% form for them, winning 4 of the last 6. Up against the Doncaster, just 1 defeat at the past 6 games, 75% form for them right now. Doncaster Rovers are on the brink of cranking it up a notch, of course. They do come into on the back of a defeat against high-flying, playoff-chasing Mansfield Town. 3-1 win it was for Mansfield. Meanwhile, Barrow coming into on the back of a 3-1 loss themselves against Northampton Town as well. So, of course, coming at you over in Barrow, the odds for this one, even Stevens are your Barrow at 5-2 draw, and 13-5 is, of course, your away win here. I'm back in a 1-1 draw here, which I think Barrow will be happy about that, considering they were most people's tips to go down. That's all right. Next, of course, we have Crawley up against Stockport, of course, coming at you over in Crawley. Now, these two sides also never play each other. Coming at you, though, Crawley unbeaten the last 4 games, 50% form for them, 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2, of course. Up against the Stockport County side, just 1 and 6 of them, 25% form for them moving forward. Of course, Crawley are in 22nd in the table. Stockport are up there in 18th right now, but of course, coming to us on the back of that 1-0 win over Wimbledon, with Crawley picking up a 2-2 draw against Salford, of course. Like I said, they're unbeaten now in 4 games. A couple of those games were in the bloody cup. Of course, the odds for this one right here, right now, Crawley 13-5 for the Richie, 23-10 is your draw, 21-10, 21-20 actually is your away win for Stockport County. I am actually back in Stockport County with a 2-1 win for this one on the road. 3 points in the bag, and that will see them rise up the table. Of course, potentially, where are they? They're in 18th, potentially go up as high as 12th in the table. Kicking forward is Stevenage. It is, of course, up against Newport County, of course, coming at you over at Stevenage. Stevenage starting 8-okay so far, sitting into second spot right here, right now. Coming at you, though, at Notts County, where these two sides have played each other 15 times in 2014, 6 wins to Stevenage, 5 wins to Newport County, and 4 draw scores. Stevenage are winning 5 of the last 6, 83% form for them right now, up against the Newport County side, who've just lost once in the last 5 games, 67% form for them moving forward as well. Last round, over in Stevenage, it was a 2-0 win for Newport. That was back in, of course, March 2022. In fact, Newport are unbeaten against Stevenage over the last 5 occasions, picking up 3 wins and a couple of draws as well. In fact, they haven't conceded a goal against them in the last 4, scoring 8 goals on that return, stretching through 3 wins and a draw to to boot. Meanwhile, Newport County did lose to Grimsby with Stevenage. Pick up a 2-1 win over Crewe last time around. The odds right here, right now, for this game. Stevenage even Stevenage for the victory, and force draw 3-1 is your away win right here. I'm back in, of course, Stevenage with a 2-0 win for them at home to get 3 points, and again, maybe even take the lead outright in the table. Next up, we go to the best Scott is Walsall up against Colchester United, of course, coming at you as well this midweek. They should have 25 times 2004, 9 wins for Walsall, 9 wins for Colchester, and we've got 7 draws, of course. Walsall, though, without a win in the last 7 games, 8% form for them right now up against Colchester side, just 1 win and 5 for them, 42% form for them moving forward. Again, last time around, though, over in the West, the best Scott was a 3-0 win for Walsall. That's back in December 2021. In fact, the away side hasn't won this game since Walsall beat Colchester in Colchester back in January 2015. That was back in League One, of course. Colchester with the 2-1 win over Brighton of Albion. That was in the Football League Trophy. As for Walsall, they did lose to Bradford back on the 3rd of September. The odds right here, right now, coming at you over at Walsall was 11-10 on is your host here. 5-2 is your draw. 3-1 is your long shots. That's Colchester. I'm backing a 1-1 draw right here. I cannot separate the two sides on this one. Can you? Let me know down below. Of course, Grimsby locking horns up against Gillingham in the battle of the G's. That's right. Now, these two sides have played each other 8 times since the year 2000. 2 was for Grimsby, 5 for Gillingham, 1 draw, of course. Grimsby, though, 58% form for them, winning 2 and losing 2 of the last 4 up against the Gillingham side. Just 1 win and 6, 33% form for them at the moment. The Gills coming at you in 21st spot, with Grimsby coming at you in 9th spot right here, right now. Of course, coming at you over in Grimsby, it was last time around, it was a 3-0 win for Grimsby over Gillingham back in March 2009. It's been a while, guys. Gillingham, though, picking up a 0-0 draw against Swindon. That's 1, 2, 3 games without a goal. 4 games, 5. In fact, they've the last 4 games in the league, they haven't scored a goal. It's a major problem for Gillingham, of course. They could have only scored 1 goal all season in the league. That's a major concern. Meanwhile, Grimsby coming to us on the back of a 2-0 win over Newport County. Of course, the odds for this one, though, Grimsby 2017 on for the victory, and the forward draw 10-3 is your away win right here. I'm backing, of course, a 2-1 win for Grimsby, but one of the hoodoos have been broken there, and that's, of course, a goal in the bag for Gillingham on this one. Meanwhile, Harrogate Town, we get Salford, of course, coming at you over in Harrogate. Now, these two sides, of course, coming at you as well on Tuesday. These two sides have played each other 12 times since 2016. 7 wins for Salford. We've got 1 for Harrogate, and we've got 4 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 6 for Harrogate right now. 25% form for them. Up against Salford, of course. Just 1 defeat past 6. 75% form for them moving forward. Last time around, over in Harrogate, it was a 2-0 win for Salford, who have won back-to-back games over Harrogate. Back-to-back clean sheets as well. In fact, unbeaten over the last 6. Picking up 5 wins against them and just the 1 draw. Meanwhile, Harrogate pick up a 2-1 loss against Sutton United, but Salford with a 2-2 draw against Crawley in the league. The odds on this one then, shall we? We've got Harrogate to 21-10 for the victory. 65 is your win, and 12-5 is your draw right here, right now. Back in a 1-0 win for Salford, clean sheet to boot, 3 points in the bag, and up the ladder they go. Next up, of course, we have Hartlepool up against Crewe, Alexandra over at Hartlepool. Now, these two sides have played each other 10 times in 2007. 3 wins for Hartlepool, 5 for Crewe, and we've got 2 draws as well. Hartlepool, though, just 1 win and 6 for them right now, 33% form. Up against the Crewe side, just 1 win and 6 as well, 33% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, over in Hartlepool, it was a 1-0 win for Crewe. That was in the EFL Cup back in August 2021. However, last time they played each other in the league was back in Hartlepool, 4-0 win it was back in February 2017. That was in League 2, so a convincing win for Hartlepool the last time around. Of course, Hartlepool pick up a draw against Colchester with Crewe, a 2-1 loss against Stevenage, high-flying Stevenage as well. 7-4 is your Hartlepool, 11-5 is your draw, 8-5 is your, of course, your wave side here. Going to back a draw here, 1-1 down the middle, point split. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know down below. Mansfield Town up against Carlisle, of course, going at you over in Mansfield. Now, these two sides played each other 21 times since the year 2003. 9 wins for Mansfield, 7 wins for Carlisle. We've got 5 draws as well. Mansfield winning 4 of the last 5, 67% form for them. Up against, of course, Carlisle side, just 1 win in 6, of course, heading into this last round in Mansfield. Was 1 win for Mansfield, of course. That was back in December 2021. In fact, the away side hasn't won this game in the last 5 occasions, and that the last time what happened was when Mansfield beat Carlisle in Carlisle back in August 2019. Mansfield pick up a 3-1 over Doncaster. Carlisle with a 3-3 draw against Rochdale indeed. Of course, the odds right here right now, we've got, of course, where are you? Mansfield, of course, 10-7 on for the victory, 11-4 is draw, 4-1 is your long shots. That is, of course, Carlisle. Carlisle, of course, way back in mid-table, 12 for them, and a win for them mathematically, they could go as high as 7th. And of course, sitting in 7th is Mansfield Town, and win for them, they could go as high as 3rd in the table. Brother, going to go with a 2-0 win for Mansfield Town here, 3 points in the bag, move the chains, up the ladder they go as well. Into the final stretch as we go is Rochdale, of course, coming at you over at the Spotlands, taking on Leyton Orient as well. They are leading the charge at the moment at the top of the table, up against Rochdale, who are bottom of the table. Top versus bottom, 16 times they played since 2003, 6 wins for Rochdale, 7 wins for Leyton Orient, and we've got 3 draws as well. Rochdale, though, without a win in the last 7, 17% form for them, up against a Leyton Orient side, just 1 defeat in the past 6, 75% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, the over in Scotland was a 2-2 draw back in November 2021. Of course, that was in League 2. Meanwhile, Leyton Orient pick up a 2-0 win over Tranmere with Rochdale with a 3-3 draw over Carlisle at Carlisle. Last time around, the odds right here right now, 23-10 is your host, 21-20 is your away win, and 5-2 is your draw. The away side are fancied here. Going to go with the 2-1 win for them on the road, 3 points in the bag, and remain top of the table no matter what goes on elsewhere. Of course, Swindon Town up against Sutton, of course, in the battle of the S's. That's right, played each other 2 times in 2021. 2 was for Swindon, nothing for Sutton, and we've got 0 draws. Just 1 win of the last 6 for Swindon right now. However, flip it around, 1 defeat of the last 6 as well. Of course, 50% form for them, drawing 4 of the last 6. Up against the Sutton side who've clicked into gear, just 1 defeat the past 6, 75% form for them moving forward, heading into this match. Last time around, though, over in Swindon, it was a 2-1 win for Swindon back in March 2021. If they won back-to-back over Sutton last round, they're looking for a 3-peat. Can they get it this weekend? Or this midweek, should I say. Swindon pick up a 0-0 draw against the Gills last time around. Back-to-back games without a goal for them. Sutton with a 2-1 win over Harrogate way back on September the 3rd as well. The odds right here right now in the battle of the S's, 13-10 is your Swindon, 25 is your draw, 20-20 is your away win here. Back in, of course, a 2-0 win for the Robins, or whatever they call them, whatever their nickname is. Swindon take the 3 points, move the chains, and up the ladder they go. Of course, Tranmere taking on Bradford in a bit of a zingers chicken dinner. Of course, Tranmere in 16th right now, up against the Bradford side, who are in 8th. They played each other 20 times since 1996. 7 wins for Tranmere, 8 for Bradford, 5 draws, of course. 2 wins for the last 6 for Tranmere right now, 42% form. Up against the Bradford City side, just 1 defeat the past 5, 58% form for them moving forward. Last time around, though, over in Tranmere, it was a 2-1 win for Tranmere back in November 2021. Tranmere, of course, 3 games without a loss against Bradford. Of course, pick up a couple of wins and a couple of draws, or a draw even. Bradford, though, pick up a 2-1 win over Walsall last time around, with Tranmere with a 2-0 loss to Leyton Orient. Of course, the odds on this one then, we have 9-5 is your Tranmere, 20-20 is your away win, and 9-4 is the draw here. Which way you think I'm going to go? I'm backing, of course, a 2-1 win for Tranmere here against Sparky's boys, taking the L on this one. Then wrapping up, it'll be Wimbledon, it'll be Northampton, and of course it'll be at Plough Lane. Played each other according to my eyes 17 times in 2011, 3 wins for Wimbledon, 7 wins for Northampton, 7 draws, of course. Wimbledon winning 2 of the last 6, 42% form, up against Northampton Town, of course, just 1 win and 4 for them, 58% form moving forward. Of course, last time around, at Plough Lane, it was a 1-0 win for Wimbledon. That was back in March 2021. That was in League 1. In fact, Wimbledon got back-to-back wins over Northampton Town. Of course, in fact, 3 games without a loss against them, losing just once at the last 5. Of course, meanwhile, Northampton Town with a 3-1 win over Barrow. Wimbledon with a 1-0 loss against Stockport County. Of course, Wimbledon coming at you in 15th, with, of course, Northampton doing 8-okay into 5th. The odds right here, right now, we have Wimbledon, of course, 70-10 for the victory, 70-10 is your away win, and 11-5 is your draw. I'm backing at 1-1 right down the middle. Of course, a point split. Who's your fancied? Let me know down below. That, of course, is my take on it. Of course, be sure to let me know yours. Of course, if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. It'll be Leyton Orient lead the charge. There'll be 3 points clear over Stevenage. Will be 2 points clear over Salford, and then the chasing bloody pack still going down. Rochdale and Crawley, but that can all change depending on what will happen this weekend. Of course, that, my friends, is pretty much it. But just be sure to get your own picks in. Of course, using the link right here, right now. It's 100% free. Get your name in lights, and of course, hopefully, we'll see you back around for the next game. Now, if that is a question, of course, that needs to be answered, are there games going to be happening this weekend? Of course, the midweek games are granted. Looks like they're taking place, but of course, next weekends are still in limbo. So we'll have to wait and see if we're back next weekend or if we're back the few days after that. But regardless of all that, be sure to give us another smash or subscribe, smash the thumbs up, and smash the little bell. But until then, guys and girls, we're done.